And we're back. Apparently, we are too boring for the 8-year-olds and they have abandoned us. They'll never find out what to do when the Eldritch Horrors come for them. Alright, so, what is the plan now, guys?
Well, we're wanting to hold off on talking to Gavigan, it sounds like. And the Blue Pyramid is a nightclub, so we probably should wait until later to head there. So
Yeah, it's
Zara
around
Shafiq,
lunchtime now.
try talking to Zara Shafiq.
You want to go to...
The Blue Pyramid?
You want to go and talk to Zara. Alright.
Although we should probably come up with a plan of action first, as far as, what's our cover story for talking to her. I think it was her.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we want to try and keep on the down low. For anybody even thinks of speaking to get what's his name? Gavon?
Gavigan?
Gavigan.
Gavigan.
As I said, he's given this time in England, his social position, things like that. He could make it life hell for us.
Yeah, the feeling I get is he's got some kind of involvement, something against Jackson. Probably not a good idea to go shaking his tree quite yet.
Do we want to not all go at once like last time to have a second shot at this if it needs?
I think that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is checking out the Blue Pyramid Club, which is kind of a bar club. We could.
Are you going to the Blue Pyramid Club or are you going to Empire Spices?
I thought we were doing the club, kind of an intelligence gathering.
Well, it's a nightclub, so we should. There's not much point in going there at lunch, I feel like.
Yeah.
For if it's a nightclub, also let's just ask. I imagine does our hotel have a concierge?
Your hotel does have a concierge.
We can inquire if membership or with dress code might be for this club called the Blue Pyramid. Some of our colleagues that we've been meeting here have been talking about is required.
So, what your concierge can tell you is that the Blue Pyramid Club is in Soho at 12B Maird Street. That it does not open until 6 p.m. It is open from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. every night. And it is a private membership club.
Aren't you glad I asked?
Yep.
So,
Higher spice it is.
yep. I was going to say, so that means we require another member to bring us in as guests. It works the same way in London, right? As it
Yes.
does in
Or an amazing charm roll at the front door.
Probably have to do it the hard way.
It's like, you got this, right?
I'll just fast talk my way in. No worries.
That's another way.
You just go get a bunch of cats and strap them all on and kind of run through the door.
Cats?
Well, yeah, the Egyptians and their worship
Oh, I
of
see.
cats. And
Well, if
Yeah.
the mummy's in there, it'll keep us safe.
I
I-
did read something about an invading army strapping cats to themselves so that they wouldn't be
Yeah,
shot
the
at by the
Persians.
archers.
Persians. I think that's in Herodotus.
Well, I've been reading up on the weird science, and I could always build you guys an auto pick, lockpick thing, and just hand it to you so I can stand well back.
That sounds great. I would love one of those.
The master key.
Sometime when I have a spare day, and I'll build you one.
You and I need to talk about that, if that's something you want to do.
Ooh, key.
All right. So what's the plan?
I think we're going with the spices.
Yeah, and Empire spices, I guess.
Spicy.
Okay.
Or at least some of us are. I don't think we're all headed there. So I'll go.
All right. Jack's going. Who else is going?
Why don't I go as well?
Seamus is going.
I think I'm going to head over to the museum and go into the library and see what I can research.
Okay. You're going to the museum.
You should ask for their copy of the Necronomicon. I'm sure they have one.
Everybody in the world of Cthulhu has one.
Might I make a suggestion that maybe the remaining two do a come with us, but if you don't go into the spice traders business, do a recon around the area. Kind of like what I did when you guys went to the painter.
Of the spice business or the club, which is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, after we visit the spice business, we can stake out the club and see if we recognize anybody heading in.
Well, first see how easy it would be to stake out.
That too.
All right. I do a walk by the club.
Okay. So
There's a lot to do in Soho.
So this will be pretty. So okay. So Jesse is going to do a walk by of the club.
Yeah, nothing. Just like
Okay.
get a lay down the bed.
And Martin, are you going with Jesse or are you doing something else?
I guess I'll take a look around the spice store. or
Okay, you're
whatever.
going to the spice store with everyone else, with Seamus and Jack.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the spice shop and the Blue Pyramid Club are a block and a half apart.
Oh. Well, that
So
makes it
it's-
easy.
Fairly easy for you guys to take a little look-see around that area. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna flip you onto one map really quick, just so that you can see what's happening, and then I'll move you onto a different map. But this is right here is where you are up in Soho, and A is the Blue Pyramid Club, and B is Empire Spices. So pretty close together.
Do a twofer.
All right, Empire
That works.
Spices. It is. Let me grab your tokens, those of you that are going to the spice world. And let me throw a little less fog of war on here so that you guys can see your tokens. Alright, so you are at the front door of Empire Spices. Alright. Zara Shafiq's Spice Shop, Empire Spices, is a two-story building at 76 Wardour Street in Soho. People of all sorts patronize the shop, from restaurant chefs to individuals in search of foreign and unusual tastes. The entrance is right over here. Over here is a locked wooden gate. What are you doing?
Where does the locked wooden gate lead to?
You can't really tell. You assume that there's either an alley or a garden or something. There's a. This here is the wall of the neighboring building. It's Soho, so things are pretty close together. But you can't really tell because the gate's pretty high.
Well, Jack is just going to go in the front door.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow him.
Jack wasn't with us in New York.
Alright.
Sure, everything will be fine.
Okay.
Our famous
Oh
last
no, we
words.
could never go in the front door. It was always a let's pick the rear lock or intimidate.
Well, Jack doesn't know how to pick locks, so that's out.
Yeah, he's standing next to the guy that was responsible for picking all of them.
Okay. Upon entering, a myriad of pleasant smells confront you. Spices and herbs line the walls in large jars or drawers, each labeled with their contents. And in the corner, kind of refilling jars and generally, doing what you do when you work in a spice shop. There is a Egyptian woman, slender with long dark hair and enchanting green eyes. Very beautiful. Elegantly dressed in black. And she kind of looks up as you come in and says, "Oh, hello. Can I help you find anything today?"
Well, if you're Miss Shafiq, then actually you're the one I was looking to find.
Oh, really now?
Yes.
I'm going to stand off and just look at the different spices. I'm not going to indicate the fact that I'm with the gentleman at first, but just take a look into the spices. 'Cause
Okay.
I honestly have no idea what the hell to ask her.
Okay. And so she sees you come in after Jack and kind of says, "Oh, yes, sir, let me know if I can be of any assistance."
Certainly. Let me just take a look around first. Thank you.
You seem to have me at a disadvantage, sir. You know my name, but I don't know yours.
Oh, Jack Mackenzie, New York Bulletin. I'm in London on a sort of roving assignment to look out for interesting stories. And, well,
And you're
I think
doing
I
a
might have found one.
special interest on my spice shop. How wonderful.
Well, I could. It seems like a very nice spice shop, but, well, do you have a back room where we could speak, maybe? And I sort of give a sidelong glance towards Seamus, like, I don't trust this guy.
She says, well, it's just me at the shop, and I don't really feel comfortable leaving things unattended. But we can certainly talk here. What can I do for you?
Well, I've been looking into these Egyptian murders that have been happening, and I was directed to you as a sort of someone to speak to, as a person of importance in the local Egyptian community, such as it is. And I was wondering if you had any comment on them.
She says, well, I did talk to the police a few months ago. I don't think that I was able to be of much help to them. I mean, of course, as an Egyptian national myself, I'm very concerned about the fact that several of my countrymen have been murdered in London, but that's about all I can really help you with.
Would you say that you feel that your safety is at risk being an Egyptian, or do you feel that it's more directed towards a certain subset of the community?
I'm not really sure. I didn't know any of the victims personally, so I couldn't really say.
I would like to try to make a psychology roll on her
Sure.
to see if she's being honest here, just in general.
Go ahead.
Oh, barely made it.
While they're talking, if she seems distracted enough, I'd like to make a spot hidden just check. So we're, not to be too obvious, but I'm just going to, be looking around, see if there's anything.
Sure.
And I don't see a damn thing unusual.
97.
God.
That's a fumble. So
Oh.
you're
Spices get dry.
trying to look inconspicuous as you're looking around, and you like knock some spices down. She definitely has your, nothing breaks, but like, something definitely like clanks on the floor, and it's like a big metal scoop or something.
Yeah.
And so she like
But I'm not
looks.
going outside of where a customer would go.
Okay. But she definitely like looks up sharply at you and says, "Sir, can I help you weigh anything out or find anything?"
Jamaican allspice, please.
Certainly, certainly. How much do you want?
Half a pound.
She just kind of
Pound. Oh my god.
looks up. Is just
Oh, wait a second. Let me just
I would
remember.
make a lot of jerk chicken.
No, sorry. I'm thinking a package about.
so.
Five-
4
five-
ounces
five-
would be a normal amount of most
Okay.
spices to buy in imperial
Sorry,
units.
I'm thinking metric. And
Yeah,
I'm
okay. Okay, I'll give you that one. So certainly 4 ounces of Jamaican allspice. Anything else? She kind of goes behind, goes over and grabs
maybe a couple nutmeg berries.
Okay. So she grabs a couple of small jars of spices out. Anything else for you today?
Well, I know. I have to think. You have a lovely assortment, I must say.
Okay, well let me know if you want anything else in addition to these two. And
So, so while she's been helping him, Jack has had his notebook out and has been scribbling a note in it to Zara Shafiq, and the note says, "I've seen that guy before. I think he's following me. Police question mark, rival newspaper question mark. Don't talk to him." And I want to surreptitiously hand that to her when I get a moment.
interesting.
Could I take a look at the whatever is locked? That's outside, right?
That is outside, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gate. It's a wooden gate, about 6 feet tall.
Is there anything on the ground? Does it look like there's been anything dragged inside, or is there anything suspicious on the ground?
Make a spot hidden.
You need to roll my dice for me.
Oh, right. Sorry. Let me find your character sheet.
You get 2 bonus dice on spot hidden, right?
Oh,
Alright.
but I think I have a good spot hidden.
Not that good.
Yep, 90 failed.
Boo.
Boo. So you don't notice anything that seems out of place. I mean, it looks like, your guess is that it probably, goes to a service entrance for the building. You don't see anything like that looks. out-
Is there anyone within eye shot right now?
It's a busy street in Soho at lunchtime, so yeah, there's a lot of people around.
Hmm. Um,
There's a coffee shop right across the street, and it's lunchtime, so people are going in and out.
okay. Is there I don't know what the map looks like either, but is there a building that would, other than the coffee shop, that would observe the spice shop?
I mean, there's a couple of inexpensive restaurants on the street that you could go in and sit at the counter and be able to watch the place.
Yeah. Can I go into one of those and just kind of strike up a conversation with the server or
Sure,
someone who might know, keep an eye on the neighborhood?
sure.
Quickly, did I get what kind of read did I get on Zara with my marginal psychology success?
You believe that she's being straight with you.
Okay.
So she kind of looks at your note, looks at you, a little bit cockeyed, nods, and then turns to Seamus and says, "Sir, can I get you anything else, or will it just be these 2 spices for you?"
Cinnamon, but true cinnamon.
Okay.
Nice,
How-
nice.
So she gets those 3 things together for you and says, "Anything else for you today?"
I think that would be all. Thank you.
You
Okay.
need to use the bathroom.
Okay, that'll be £10 sterling.
Certainly, it's a pleasure. You do have a fine assortment of fresh spices. I can smell them. They're just lovely. You must. It's pleasant to find items so far away from home, but so close by.
Why, thank you. Okay. Do you leave the shop at this point?
Once I've made my purchase, yes.
Okay. You head outside. Martin is not outside any longer.
Mhm.
All right, let's cut over to Jesse quickly. Jesse, you are wandering around outside the in the neighborhood outside the Blue Pyramid Club.
Yep.
Um,
Which isn't too far away, right?
it is nope. It's around the corner. Um, the club itself is closed during the day. It opens at 6 p.m. Um, and there's a whole bunch of coffee shops and inexpensive restaurants in this neighborhood.
Does it look like a fancy place from the outside?
It looks pretty fancy.
Okay. Any windows?
So there are no windows on the ground floor. The ground floor just has a fairly sturdy-looking door in the front. It's next to a greengrocer's shop. You can see that there are windows on the upper floor. It's a two-story building.
Okay.
But the bottom floor doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to be seen there.
Does it look like the club extends multiple floors, or like is just like looks residential up above it?
It's a two-story building,
Oh, okay.
and it looks like the from what you can see, it looks like there's fairly nice curtains on the windows on the upper floors, but a couple of them are pulled back, and it looks like you can see what what looks like a ballroom and a room with some nice looking furniture.
Okay. So it looks like that's probably the whole building. If I walk around to the other side of the block, I don't have the map, but I assume there's an. It's like if I walk around to the other side of the block, is it like, I guess a different building, or is it the same building?
There's some other buildings that are neighboring it, but that there's not a whole. The club seems to take up when if you go around the backside of the club building, there's no doors there. You can see some windows of the curtains are closed on this side, but you assume that that's the other side of what looked like the ballroom from the street.
Okay. So you said there's a grocery store next to it, and then
Yep.
coffee shops.
So directly next to it, there's a greengrocer shop in the basically on the first floor of the building that the club is in. And then there's some neighboring buildings, and across the street there's some coffee shops and restaurants. Thank you, Jag.
Okay. I mean, is the neighborhood like more Egyptian than normal, or is it just like a mix of stuff and this just happens to be there? Like it's not like
There's-
an Egypt town thing or anything, is it?
No, there's no, it's the you're in Soho, the neighborhood. It's not
Just a mix.
overwhelmingly Egyptian. But you kind of get the feeling that a couple of the restaurants might be seizing on the popularity of the club, because there's definitely a couple of Mediterranean themed restaurants in this general area.
Okay. So,
But
I
it's
mean,
not like Little Cairo.
right. I mean, so does the club, like from a decor perspective from the outside, look interesting? Like attractive?
Yeah, it
Or
looks
is it
it
like,
looks
oh, like it's just like a. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I mean, you think it looks pretty highbrow.
All right, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna have lunch in one of the cafes or restaurants across the street,
Okay.
and then like somewhere with like table service,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna just basically like well, I don't know if you want to play this out or not, but my I want to like strike out a conversation with like a waiter or a waitress and just say like pretend I don't like I'm obviously not from the area, like, but like really pretend I'm not from the area, and it's like, hey, that looks like an interesting club, like is it like a hip place? Just see what they say about it.
Okay. Yeah. So they say, oh yes, it's fairly exclusive.
Oh yeah.
High end clientele. You'd probably fit in if you if you really wanted to. They let you're American, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. They I think that they might find someone that could let you in. They get all sorts of crazy types in there.
Really? I would have thought that with that Egyptian motif there, that you'd have to be Egyptian to get in. I guess it's my lucky day.
There's a lot of of Londoners that go in too. A fair amount of bohemian types. It's Soho, man. There's a lot of everything going on up here.
Sounds like my kind of town.
Yeah, but Trader Vic's is still a couple of years away.
True enough. Okay, flashing back to Jack. All right, you are alone in Empire Spices, and Zara is kind of eyeing you and says, "All right, reporter man, what can I tell you?"
Do you know anything about the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh? I realize it's a silly question, but sometimes I have to ask silly questions.
She kind of laughs and says, "Oh, you too." She says, "Inspector Barrington was all asking me about that." She says, "I do believe that the Brotherhood once existed in Egypt, and that they held deviant beliefs, but they died out well before I was born." She says, "When I was a little girl in Egypt, my grandmother used to say that the Brotherhood would come and get me if I misbehaves."
All right, yeah, one of those stories. I know the type. Okay, and you're a businesswoman. You're a pillar of the community. Do you have any final comments on these murders, on how they're affecting you? Something I can put in the headline, maybe?
Like anyone else, I'm certainly concerned that some of my countrymen would be have been murdered, but I don't feel unsafe in London.
All right. Well, sorry to bother you. Thank you for your time. And I give her my card, which like is probably kind of dog-eared and a little bit grubby, to be honest. And I say, um, please do get in touch with the bulletin if you have anything else to say. We do. We're a young paper, and we're very hungry for news stories. So anything is appreciated, although nothing too wild, I guess.
So, your card, does this just have your New York contact information on it?
It would, yeah, and it would say, it would say New York Bulletin, like, and have the bulletin's number and then the extension for Jack, I guess.
Okay.
So
Yeah, she kind of, as soon as you turn around, she tosses the card disdainfully behind the counter. Um, you get the feeling that there's no way in hell that she's gonna make a call to New York for anything. Okay.
Should have the card back.
it's fine. I got 3 of them. It's all good.
Lemon large.
Alistair, let's cut back to you. What are you doing with your time?
So I'm at the at the museum, and I'm going to do some research into the Brotherhood. I'll see what they have on the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
Okay. Make a library use roll. Yeah, you don't find anything about the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
What else I could research here? Yeah, I'll just kind of mill around and kind of see if I can get anything out of the people that work there. Anything about even the Shipleys or the Egyptian murders. Let's see.
So, regarding the Egyptian murders, they can't really tell you anything that you don't know already.
Right.
It is still somewhat the talk of London, but it's not like one happened last week. So,
Right.
people kind of know about it, but it's not a burning thing in anyone's mind. And they, of course, everyone has a wild story, but you don't get any information that you haven't already heard from either the police or from the newspaper articles that you've read.
Okay. What about that kook Shipley? Have you ever seen this guy come around trying to sell his weird paintings?
He's never come to the museum. Make a luck roll.
I'm terrible tonight.
Yeah, no, nobody's even heard of him at the museum. He's definitely never come to try and show his works. And the people that you're talking to haven't even heard of him and his weird paintings.
All right, looks like I'm kind of out of things to do here, so I'll meet back up with the rest of the party after.
Okay. Where are you guys meeting? Are you meeting back at the hotel? Are you meeting someplace else?
Um, I, I
Well,
yeah, probably. But I've actually had a thought.
Okay.
Like, just I pretended that Seamus was a creepy guy who was tailing me to see if I could get Zara Shafiq to trust me, and now I'm actually worried about people tailing me. So, can I make a roll to see if anyone's following me?
Sure, make a spot hidden.
All right, I get a bonus die on that. Excellent.
Hard success. So you have not noticed anyone following you, as you've been going about your business today.
Okay. I'm probably still going to be paranoid about that. But yeah, let's kind of meet up at the hotel and trade notes, I guess.
Okay, does anyone want to do anything else in Soho before you meet up?
You should all make spot hidden rolls to see if someone's following you. Just saying.
Can I talk to someone at a pub?
I didn't talk to anybody.
Across from the spice shop.
Sure. What would you like to chat with them about?
I guess just in general about who might be going in or out of that place, and also if everything is in the neighborhood, about the people going to the Blue Pyramid.
So what they can tell you about the spice shop is that it sees pretty good traffic. It seems to be one of the better spice shops in the Greater London area. So a lot of the restaurants buy from there, as well as individuals, and that they seem to do a pretty brisk business.
Is it is Are the murders general knowledge? Does that reach the papers, or is that still wrapped up by the police?
It's general knowledge. It's been in the papers. There hasn't been a murder. The last one was a few months ago, so it's not top of everyone's mind. But if you mention the Egyptian murders, most people are going to at least know what you're talking about.
Do they know what is behind, or what's behind that locked gate?
Make a luck roll.
Can you roll for me?
Oh, right. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
I think I have like a 75. I don't think I've spent any luck points.
Where is your luck? There it is. Success. Okay. So the bartender you're talking to says, "Oh, that just goes to the side of their building. That's where the coal chute is. They get coal deliveries through there."
Okay. And the barkeep hasn't seen any suspicious people in the neighborhood, either going to the spice shop or the Blue Pyramid.
No, doesn't seem to have. Nothing stands out in his mind.
Is the Blue Pyramid is that like a high class place if it's a members only kind of thing?
He says it's pretty high class. Occasionally you get some looks like some artist types in there as well, but the membership is somewhat pricey, so it's not something that your average Joe can get to.
Would he happen to recall anyone who might fit the description of the artist that we're investigating?
No, he's never seen anybody looking like that before.
Okay. That's fine. I guess I'll meet up with the rest of the party.
Okay. Uh, does Seamus or Jesse want to do anything else before meeting up with the rest of the party?
Not really. I had lunch.
Okay. All right. You all meet back up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Compare notes. Where are you all going from here, or what's the plan from here?
Okay, well, the club's not open yet.
Well, how many do we see? Is it keeping if we stake out the areas there? How feasible is stakeouts?
So, you shouldn't have any problem staking out the Empire Spices. There's a number of coffee shops and restaurants that are going to have the same business hours as that. Staking out the Blue Pyramid might be a little bit, you could probably do it. There's going to be a restaurant that's going to be open a little bit later. I mean, they're not going to be open to 6 to 1 like the pyramid is, but you could sit in there till 8-9 o'clock and at least see the first crowds coming in.
Don't have to be Egyptian.
It's a pretty busy neighborhood of Soho, so you would probably blend in okay.
I feel like at least one of us should try to get into the Blue Pyramid.
Yeah, I think, if we don't all go at once, we can see what happens.
Yeah.
I think that was all the leads we had, right? Unless
Well, there's
Ed-
Gaffigan, but we don't want to. We're feeling like we don't want to touch him right now. I feel like. Because he's, wealthy and a peer and could make life really unpleasant for us.
Okay. Yeah. Um,
Well, here's the thing, too. Okay, so it's a private club, right?
it's an exclusive club. Did they say it was a private club when I
It
was
is
talking?
it is a private club, yes.
Yeah, members
Yes.
only.
Members
Okay.
only.
Now, here's the question. What do you need to become a member?
Nah, the real question is, how good are the guys on the door? Because if I can bullshit my way past them, and I can bullshit my way through a lot, I'm in.
Mhm.
Well, we could try that. We could try. We could try stealthing it, except I didn't see any other entrances. Right? That was the end.
Correct.
Yeah, well, usually I was going to
That's
say
the
money
end,
has a great way of getting in, too.
It's true.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe Seamus and I should not be seen together as much as we can avoid that, because I may have thrown you under the bus and claimed you were a cop.
Well, but that's only a
right.
problem if we run into Zara, right? I mean, the club is like.
Okay, I got to start looking.
I-
I'm getting
She was
trailed.
connected with the club, wasn't she? Am I misremembering?
She, like, many other Egyptians went to the club.
Okay, so
That's what I know, anyways.
yeah, so maybe we don't need to worry about it then, that much.
I mean, obviously, if you see her there, just that, at the same time that we're there, then that might be with Seamus. That might be a problem, but who knows? That's a future session problem.
But yeah, I
Go ahead.
feel like I have a decent shot at just talking my way in. And if that fails, we can probably pay our way in. Like we've got I don't know.
cash.
We had £100 like to start with, right? And we spent a little bit of that, but we still got most of it.
Get more.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like we're going to do the club thing, because I can't think of anything else to do.
hmm
Do you want to do it this week, or is that next week? Or
I would say that unless you guys want to play really late tonight, which I would prefer not to,
yeah, it's still a work night. For
we're
me.
probably not going to get through the club in 10 minutes for our normal stop time. So I would say let's pick it up with the club.
All right, we're gonna buy some
Next
clothes because it's
sec-
fancy.
So we'll have a shopping montage now where you guys
Yeah, you ever see the movie 21?
go up to Savile Row and go and get custom tailored suits.
Oh, we could be Kingsmen.
I mean, we could like
That would be an awesome. Can I just say that would be an awesome game to play? Just
be
saying,
interesting.
for
Yeah, because Jack's suit is super cheap. So
yeah, we're gonna have to fix that.
it would not hurt his chances of talking his way in if he had a nice suit.
I'm gonna get a nice suit and a cowboy hat.
Cowboy hats might be hard to come by in London.
Damn it! It's the center of the empire.
But I feel like, you could have brought, you brought your Stetson with you that you've been
All
wearing
right.
for
Ever.
ever.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he wants a fancy snakeskin one, right?
The idea was to fancy it up, but I can get it dry cleaned. How about that? Is that invented yet? Maybe not.
Maybe not, but I'm sure you can get it, polished and waxed and
I don't know if that's actually a thing.
I don't know. Is it leather?
Cowboy.
Is it all right.
Dude, I've lived in a city all my life. I know nothing about cowboys. I see them on TV. That's it.
Mhm. All right, so you go and get new fancy duds. That is going to put a significant dent in your nest egg.
Okay.
It's not really a nest egg, right? We're getting.
I was gonna say I don't know if I'm gonna live long enough to retire. So that's not...
Well, your current working capital,
Hmm.
that's gonna, between your meals, your hotel bills, some random spices that you just bought, and now these clothes.
pound of allspice.
You're gonna.
Actually, that's not that much.
gonna-
I just double checked. Well, again, for what I go through in a couple of months,
At least you didn't ask for saffron, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not that. I'm not nuts. I know how much besides, but I don't know. Yeah, how much they would be counterfeit. I mean, most saffron on the market these days is complete counterfeit.
So I'm not sure if you want to wire your attorney.
Need money for clothes. Stop. Send them. Stop.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, so my deal is this, right? So since I got the tip that, like, being American is okay, then I was gonna just play up that angle more. I don't know where this is gonna take me, but
Okay. So you get a nice
So you
suit and a
don't have to
bolo
be
tie
like-
and a hat, and spruce up your cowboy hat. I got you.
Yeah, and Jack's plan is when the guy asks, "Okay, can I see? Are you on the list or whatever?" He's gonna be like, "Buddy, no, I'm not on the list. If I told you my real name, you would shit yourself. Just let me in right now, and it's gonna be easier for everybody."
we're gonna make like 5 attempts to get in, and we'll just all fail.
No, because I figure I'm going to go and just say, so I'd like to inquire about the membership process. At which point they'll probably go, it costs X amount of pounds, and I'll go, no problem.
You're gonna take out your like kilo of like allspice and just like slide it over the table
Don't think it's
for
going to
the
work.
initial dues.
Like, yeah,
that
take
there
this.
is just the
Not
taste.
cocaine,
I
I
got some more.
That's right. First 100 grams is free. After that, it's gonna cost you.
Okay, so you wire Carlton Ramsey, and he sends you a telegram back towards the end of the day and says, Western Union tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's 1925. It's not the PayPal world. Like, it takes
Nah, screw
takes
that.
some
Jack's
time.
getting in tonight.
it takes some time to move money around.
By the
London,
way,
financial heart of the
one
planet.
things to consider too when we do Saddle Road is if we are eventually heading, to Australia or and it's outback or Kenya and some of the wilds, probably a good place to pick up appropriate clothing.
Uh-huh. I mean, technically, we're not on any that I know of scheduled. I mean,
No,
have to go tonight.
Yeah, there's no moon phase.
I mean, yeah,
thing,
I don't know
this
anything that
coming
says
up.
yeah.
Yeah, but Jack's taking it as a challenge now. Like, can he get in his shitty cheap suit?
It's a
Do you
Tuesday.
have-
What kind of
do you have-
crowds at a club on a Tuesday?
Do you have disguise?
No, but I have really good fast talk.
I was gonna say you could try it in disguise. If you fail, you can try it again.
Does our lawyer know anybody who might be a member of this club?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I mean, this is not like a party all night kind of nightclub, right? This is like a members club, right? Rich people go here. Is that right?
Yeah, rich people go here to do, probably like the kind of stuff they can't get away with in public, right?
Yeah. So I mean, ideally, we would be.
So, you were
We'd be that-
talking to your lawyer by telegram, which, has a pretty big latency. So you're not gonna, if you send him a telegram back, I mean, he didn't get back to you for like 4 hours. Then you got a telegram at the hotel.
I think it's very
saying-
remote. He's going to know anybody in London at a specific private members club.
But-
Especially someplace that is. I don't think ends up being one of those world famous ones. Like I said, chances are we should go. Cash will get us through the door.
But I think it's worth a shot. Also, because usually the way these member clubs works is they have like sister or brother clubs like in different cities. So if I don't know how high up on the food chain this Blue Pyramid Club is, but if they're anything to sneeze at, then they probably have an affiliate in New York.
Yeah, and Now you've just introduced into my mind the worry that maybe our lawyer is a cultist. If
Well,
if he turns out to know someone in this club.
that would be the twist at the 11th hour, right? Dun dun dun.
First guy you met knew what was happening all along.
I think that's kind of like the horror in the Orient Express. There's a twist like that.
Well, why don't we call it a night, so to speak, now? Think about how we want to enter the club and then start that way. Beginning of next session.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I still say cash gets us in the door.
Well,
Yeah, but if we can BS our way in without spending any money, that's even better.
also, like, if this place is really exclusive, then cash won't get you in the door. It'll be members only. I don't know.
Well, we're just gonna try like 5 different approaches to get into the club.
So
And
it's the
maybe-
Juju house all over again. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's the Juju house. We found it. We found it. It's official.
Blue
And
Pyramid Club is the new Juju house. Got it.
Actually, sorry, it'll be official once one of us gets arrested, or the whole lot of us.
just bumped.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yes.
Does
Right.
anybody have
Always
a
a
high
good-
intimidate so we can get past the doorman?
Always a good night when it ends on a Ghostbusters reference.
Yeah. No, intimidate is literally the only social skill that Jack does not have.
What actually? It's something that comes to mind. Like, is there a chance that the Spice Lady is a member of the club?
I
Was-
think
was-
there's a high
Yeah.
chance.
Very
she's been
high.
seen
Yeah,
there.
it said she
People said,
frequents the place.
We found out, but I don't know. I mean, in character, Jack doesn't think she's shady. Out of character, I rolled a 70 on my 70% chance psychologies, so I don't know. But in character, yeah, she seems upfront.
There's probably something sketchy going on to that chained up fence or whatever.
Beware of dog.
I mean, she just doesn't want people getting into her back room. That's not that weird. Like, there are some expensive spices out there, to be fair.
All right, important question. When are we playing again?
Well, the most important
think
question is when are you playing again? The rest of
Well,
us don't matter that much.
I'm playing BattleTech this Thursday on twitch.tv/apgamingreal. But for this game, I am available next Sunday. I am also available on the 7th. I am not available on the 14th. So
Maybe
if you want to do 2 weeks from today, so we're back on our normal schedule, that works for me.
That works for me.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Wait, so when are we going to play next?
The 7th?
Okay.
Does that mean you're thinking we're going to play on Easter? That would be following our two weeks.
I
Just bringing
think
that up.
several people said they couldn't play on Easter. I would be fine to play on Easter, but I feel like I
Which
remember
day is
a few of you
14th?
saying that you couldn't play on Easter.
I can't play on the 21st.
That's Easter.
Okay. I'm just not going to be in town.
Yeah, that's a long weekend. I'll be at the campground, so I don't know how the Wi-Fi is going to be yet.
I will
Ah.
be
Get it
in
set up.
the air.
Okay. So we'll plan that we'll play on the 7th and then the 28th.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, yeah, that should work for me.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Think about what your plan of attack is and how you're going to do it over the next couple weeks, and we'll pick it up next time. Viewers, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Sugar Lumps and Jag Daisy for your subscriptions, and I will see all of you. Those of you that want to watch, I'll be on AP Gaming Reel on Thursday playing BattleTech, and that's all I got. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
All right, see you guys later.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I meant to ask, Battletech is in the tabletop or the
Tabletop, yes.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
The old hex grid battle.
The old hex grid BattleTech. Yes, it's first time I played it in like 25 years. It's pretty cool. I'm happy to have gotten the chance to play it again.
As I recall, staying cool is the name of the game.
Yes, exactly.
Jeez, I haven't played that since high school.
That's pretty much the same for me. I think I own a copy of it somewhere at my parents' house still.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
All right.
See you later.
You too.
Yeah.